5 minutes setting this up.
Yeah, the setup took longer than the video. All right, so leaders, what's up? Happy Tuesday. Hope you had a great Labor Day and rest and time with family, friends, sleeping, working, all of the above. This Wednesday night, man, you probably should have spoke about program because it's parent night this Wednesday.
Oh, we forgot to put that in the video.
Put that on the thing. But I'll just say this. Just a reminder, Wednesdays we're meeting at 6:30 to pray. If you can be there or you want to be there for prayer for the night, be there by 6:30. And if we haven't walked into the room to pray by 6:30, remind us because last week we both forgot and I think Hannah.
It's just natural now.
Yeah, had to remind us. So that'll be 6:30. And as far as the rest of the details for what the night will look like for both junior high and high school, that will be below in the description section on what to expect for the night. Chandler, why don't you talk about specifically just parent night, how that might be slightly different?
Yeah.
And your need for that, and then also the message.
Yeah, so parent night we're gonna roll just like a regular youth group night, except all of the parents will be there. And so we're gonna play a game where we're gonna be pitting students against their parents. So maybe help students out in that or parents, I don't know. We'll see which team needs more help. And then we'll go through the night as usual, but when we get to small groups, I'm going to separate and go out with the parents and do some meet and greet time. And so I will need one of my guy leaders to take the 7th grade guys. So maybe if Terrell or Magnus, if you want to bump up and be with 7th grade guys for the night, that would be a huge help. So let me know if you can do that. And so we'll just do some meet and greet and help them get to connect with other parents. And they can ask any questions if they need to and all that sort of stuff. For the message, we are continuing with our Lifeline series, week 3, and we're talking about godly friendships never leaving you alone. And so we'll be looking at the story of Jesus going to raise Lazarus from the dead and just the way he interacts with his disciples and especially Thomas. And also more so how Thomas interacts with Jesus and how Thomas is willing to go and follow Jesus into a dangerous circumstance just to stick by his side in that way.
Sweet. And just a reminder, look on the app, look at the questions ahead of time, and especially for the leaders that have multiple groups, figure out what questions you guys would use and which one question each leader is going to maybe take responsibility for in leading the discussion. But also this week is Six Flags. That is Saturday. I'm preaching this weekend. Man, I should have put that in the video too. So just as a reminder before we get into the details of Six Flags, Sunday we won't have any student ministries up in the main campus. We are having a banner made that is going to be directing families and students down to the main services where I'll be preaching. We're asking students to sit up in the front section. So if you normally go to the third service, great. Sit with the students. We're asking them to sit in the front. If you see any high schoolers, connect with them, sit with them. If you normally go to a different service, try to shift to that third service this weekend to be with them in the third service. And I'll be looking forward because I'm exhausted by that third service when I preach on the weekends down there. So it'll reinvigorate me, and I have to work in the Word this week, bubble butt. So yeah, something to look forward to. Pray I awesome. Keep my next week. You know what I have to say next week? I have to say something along the lines of like, she was pregnant and she pooped or something like that. Yeah, or when she gave birth she pooped. Something like that. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do that one. But anyways, that's this Sunday. Six Flags is Saturday, and our needs right now, first is for every leader to reach out to the students this week that they know well and ask them, are they going? And if they are, have they invited anybody? And if they're not, why not? And this is remind your students that this is an opportunity to invite friends and people who haven't been to church in a while or maybe have never been. But get them to sign up by Thursday night. We're gonna close signups at the end of Thursday. That way, Friday we can figure out this is how many students we have, this is how many vehicles we need. Currently, right now, Chandler is gonna have 4. We'll be able to take 4 students. Hannah and Lucas will be able to take 3. Liz, I'm gonna let drive our Toyota Highlander thing.
Words.
Yeah, which will give 6 students, which is a 7-seater. Chris, maybe, if he goes, will give us however many seats. If not, then Chandler said, right, you might be able to drive it?
Yeah, we might be
We're
able to
telling
drive it.
Chandler's going to take your car if you don't go. And so that'll give Chandler 7 instead of 4. And then Denise said that she would drive. This is where we're literally like, this is live. You guys are talking to us as this video is being done. So these numbers might change. And Sarah said she could let someone use her car. I don't know how many seats that would be, but it'd be Sarah and a leader. So like probably 3 students.
Yeah.
Right?
Probably.
Or Sarah, an adult, driving your car. So that would give us 6, 9, 12, 18, 25. That'd give us 25. We're at 19 students signed up right now. So we might need a couple more of you to drive. And again, if you're willing to go drive up there and just stay and hang out for the day, it's actually cheaper for us to have you just stay there for the whole day to drive there and back instead of driving up there, dropping off, coming back, either you or someone else doing that. You don't have to go on rides, especially if you're a high school leader. If you're a junior high leader, worst case scenario, you're following around a couple groups or whatever, and you're gonna just walk in the line and not go on any rides. But yeah, hang out, relax during that day. Thank you for those of you that are going. And then with our tip for the week, Chandler.
Yes. So when you are in small groups and you've got the newer students who are still a little shy, or the regulars who just never talk, don't be afraid to ask those students directly whatever question it is, and especially if it's one of your easier questions, like at the beginning, just kind of breaking the ice, getting into the discussion. Make them feel involved, help them to see that you see them, and get them to get their thoughts out as well.
That's it. I gotta go to the bathroom. Bye.